us for the singing of our national anthem, and please remain standing for an honor song by Thunder Jack, who is Bear Clan from the Oneida Nation. Please take your seats. On behalf of George Brown College, I would like to welcome you all, graduates, family, and friends, to this afternoon's convocation exercises for the class of 2014. Senior Vice President, Academic. It is my pleasure to serve as your Masters of Ceremonies this afternoon. Today, we gather to recognize our graduates' academic achievements. You have all worked hard to get here. I extend my warm congratulations to you all on this special day. Our convocation ceremony today is taking place on the traditional lands of the Mississauga of New Credit. I would like to introduce the members of our platform party. I ask them to stand and remain standing as they are introduced. Please hold your applause until the end of the introductions. It is my pleasure to introduce Sally Horsfall-Eaton, the first Chancellor of George Brown College. From George Brown College, Ann Sato, President, Diane Tessier, Registrar, Corey Ross, Dean, Center for Community Services and Early Childhood and the Center for Health Sciences, Georgia Portero, Dean, Center for Preparatory and Liberal Studies. Lori Cranston, Associate Dean, Center for Community Services and Early Childhood and the Center for Health Sciences. Adrian Galway, Special Advisor to the President. Bearing the mace this afternoon is our beadle, Andrew Button, Professor, School of Social and Community Services. From the George Brown College Student Association, Zaneed Gray, Director of Finance Operations. Our Elgin residents, Ed Sakani. And our keynote speaker this afternoon is Uzma Shakur, who will be more formally introduced later in the program. And finally, the staff and faculty of the Center for Community Services and Early Childhood at George Brown College. Ladies and gentlemen, your platform party. This afternoon, we are recognizing graduates from the School for Deaf and Blind Studies and the School of Social and Community Services and the Center for Community Services and Early Childhood. Our interpreters this afternoon are Monique Ledrew, Tara Everett, our intervener is Paul Ledrew, and our captioner is Joanne Anderson. I now invite Chancellor Sally Horsfall Eaton to address the graduating class. Madam Chancellor.
Welcome, everybody. It's wonderful to have you here, and we're all happy to be here, too. You may have noticed walking in today that the dignitaries were preceded by a man carrying a big stick, and that was, of course, the new George Brown mace. And our president, Ann Sato, will talk a little more about the significance of the mace. It is, in fact, the symbolic emblem of the authority of the chancellor. I can't help, though, but thank all of the faculty and the staff and the students that were involved in making the mace. Well, you made it. Congratulations. I'm never quite sure who's more surprised, the graduate or the parents. And this is where I get to offer you some advice on wise comments on the future. Now, I must admit it's been easier to get old than it has been to get wise, but trust me on this one. Now, some of you probably already have a job, but many of you are still looking. Even though 85% of our graduates from George Brown College will have a job within 6 months, that will be only if you persevere. We used to say in the social advocacy field, PPO, perseverance pays off. 20 emailed resumes won't do it. It takes time, but don't be concerned or despair when you feel discouraged because you don't yet have a job. This is very normal. Don't worry if you feel that you don't have all the skills that the job requires. Personally, I can't think of a single position that I've held in my life where I didn't have major skill deficits at the outset. The idea is you've got to appear keen to learn and to figure out your way in a new position. You know, a career is no longer climbing a ladder. It's more like a jungle gym. It's sort of up and down, and you need to be creative to get through it. Opportunities, like leadership, don't just present themselves. You have to seize them. I'm sure some of you saw the Wolf of Wall Street, which frankly is a little crass, but sell that pen. Feeling confident, or rather pretending you are confident, is necessary to reach those opportunities. And I say pretending because frankly, you'll soon discover that most of us feel like frauds at some point in our lives. So remember, PPO, persistence pays off. So keep on trying, work on it. And if you don't find the exact job you want right away, get a job anyway, any kind of a job. Starting at the bottom is better than not starting at all. And every new job is an experience. An experience is still the best teacher. And this is where you make contacts. This is where you learn new skills. And this is where you become available for the job market. Believe it or not, statistics show it's easier to get a job if you have a job. Now, I don't know why that's the case, but it is. And just because you live in an unsustainable debt-financed democracy, it doesn't mean that you should. Well, I know most of you have had to skimp very hard and get student loans in order to get where you are today. Don't stop doing that when you get a job. Continue to be frugal. Contrary to common belief, your image is not dependent on having the best of everything, the most expensive everything. Your image depends on your character, on who you are as a person. So take responsibility for your own economic future and promise yourself that you will put aside a little bit of money every week, even if it's only $5, to begin to save, to guarantee you have a financial future. Finally, I suspect you all worry about being happy and finding balance in your life. Well, happiness is not a destination, it's a journey. And hopefully in time you will be able to achieve very much and be creative, but there are other ways to achieve, and there are other ways to be happy than just having the paid career. All of us have a responsibility to contribute to society. It's one of the duties of citizenship. You need to be involved in your community. You need to speak up when you see the things that are wrong that could be fixed. Don't be passive. Be involved. Make your life matter. If you seek happiness only for yourself, you'll never find it. It's only when you seek happiness for others that it will come to you. As Winston Churchill said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And finally, one of my roles as Chancellor is to brag about the college and share the wonderful news we have at George Brown with the community and with my peers. And one of the ways I love to do that is to brag about you, the graduates. So please be proud. Think about it, make it happen, do it, and be very pleased about what you've achieved, so I can brag. May I wish you all the very best. And as you slide along the banister of life, may all the splinters be going in the right direction.
Thank you, Madam Chancellor. I will now call upon Dean Corey Ross to address the graduating class on behalf of the Center for Community Services and Early Childhood and introduce our keynote speaker.
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, graduating students, family, and friends. It gives me great pleasure to address the 2014 graduating class. We at the college are very proud of you. Each of you has sacrificed and persevered in order to be here today. When I was asked to speak to you, I thought, what could I say? What words of wisdom would I impart to you? What insight could I leave with you so that these few moments could be meaningful? Thinking about my career in education, I thought I could offer you some tips to thrive in your field of choice. These tips are simple: responsibility, accountability, and lifelong learning. Responsibility binds you. the people you serve, and your profession. Today you have elevated your level of commitment and responsibility to perform. Be responsible and move your career and profession forward in any way which you can. Accountability will help you navigate the system and prepare your career into the stratosphere. You are the newest guardians of your profession. Guard it well, practice it fully, and respect the power it possesses. Be accountable for your actions. Remember, you have the ability to change people's lives. The third tip is lifelong learning. Never stop learning. Always thirst for more training and education. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to the people you serve. As an alumnus of George Brown College, stay in contact with your school. You and your school are partners from this day forward. George Brown College today is stronger because of you, and you will enjoy the rights and privileges of your training because you have graduated from a recognized leader in education. I hope that your time at George Brown College has engendered in you a sense of wonderment, an appreciation for the marvel of education and learning, for the complexity of the human mind, and for the richness and variety of the human experience. I hope you've also come away with a sense of humility. Understand your limitations, accept that despite the tremendous amount we know, there are areas we are still learning. Finally, never stop asking questions. Remember, he or she who asks a question is a fool for 5 minutes. He or she who does not question remains a fool forever. So congratulations to the graduates of 2014. May today be the gateway to a future filled with opportunity, and may your pathway be one of happiness and success. It is a great honor and pleasure to introduce to you our keynote speaker and recipient of an honorary diploma in community worker, Ms. Uzma Shakur. Uzma Shakur's first experience of Canada 15 years ago was as a young wife and mother, isolated in a suburban community. She became involved one night when a young woman called Uzma's home to seek advice from her husband, who was a lawyer. Recognizing that the woman needed counseling rather than legal advice, Uzma began phoning for appropriate help and promptly found herself on the board of directors of one of the agencies, the Riverdale Immigrant Women's Center. Uzma served as an executive director of CASA, the Council of Agencies Serving South Asians. She believes passionately that democracy is something we live and that Canada is a country worth fighting for. She's an advocate for greater representation for all immigrant communities in policy, institutions, service delivery, and societal participation based on the principles of access and equity. Uzma was born in Karachi, the youngest of 3 children, and raised by parents who had both settled in Pakistan after the partition. She received a Bachelor of Arts in English Literature from Karachi University, a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations from Sussex University, and a Master's degree from the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy, an international training school for career diplomats. She has worked extensively through her research and advocacy to challenge existing ideas of research epistemology and developed an anti-racist conceptual framework for research methodology. She challenges the idea of objective research through her involvement in domestic issues involving immigrant communities, and in particular in the area of mental health. She believes that in order to adequately understand these complex issues, it is important to have a personal and emotional investment. As a community activist, Uzma has been involved in a wide variety of organizations, including the Ontario Council of Agencies Serving Immigrants, the Association of International Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario, the Coalition for Accessing Professional Engineering, the National Anti-Racism Council, the Pan-Asian Network, the Alternative Social Planning Group, the Community Advisory Committee of the Family Wellness Center at Scarborough Hospital, and the Riverdale Immigrant Women's Center. In recognition of her accomplishments, Uzma was awarded the Jane Jacobs Prize for People That Matter in 2003. She has contributed to the Community Worker Program at George Brown College directly as a field supervisor when she was the executive director of CASA. Over the years, she has participated in various forums and has been a popular guest speaker in our classrooms. Most recently, she served as a panelist and group facilitator in the conference held by the Community Worker Program in 2013. Uzma has been a consistent and passionate supporter of our community worker graduates and program. Please welcome Uzma Shakir.
Okay, it's a good thing I can't see you. I'm freaking out right now. But hey, I look cool. And there is a baby out there. Can you just tell the baby I try not to be boring? Just relax. I promise you. I'll try and entertain you. I'm really honored to be here, but before I start, I have a whole host of people I want to thank and at least address. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, members of the Platform Party, faculty, staff, graduating students, family and friends. I'm honored to stand here today, 26 years after I arrived in Canada, as an immigrant wife, living in a small house in Scarborough, with a baby who found me as confusing and scary as I found my new reality in Toronto. I tell you, every time I tried to give him a bath, the kid would scream. Because he instinctively knew this woman knows absolutely nothing about child rearing. He still feels that way, but that's a story for another day. In one long flight from Karachi, Pakistan to Pearson Airport, Toronto, on an evening in August 1988, my life changed dramatically. I promise not to be boring, man. One day I was living comfortably as a privileged, albeit feisty, young woman in Karachi, having just returned from the States with a master's degree, involved in the women's rights movement, writing newspaper articles on social issues, teaching history to high school kids, poor things, performing feminist stage plays, working on my PhD, and dreaming of taking over the world, man. I was going to take over the world. Next thing I know, I was living in Scarborough. Trying desperately to perform the role of a mother and trying to fit into my spouse's life with no social networks of my own. My first memory of Canada is a feeling of isolation, loneliness, emotional insecurity, and a profound sense of loss. Loss of home, loss of family, loss of historical connection, loss of cultural mooring, and ultimately a loss of personal identity. What saved me was social activism. And like you heard, purely by accident, I ended up in the social service sector. It started because one night my lawyer spouse asked me to help a client of his. He wanted me to get information about services for Urdu-speaking South Asian women so he could help a woman in a violent family situation. That was the day I realized that the immigrant stories are connected to each other in both isolating and empowering ways. This woman and I shared a common bond. We were both from Pakistan, both women who came to Canada as immigrant spouses, both dependent on our partners for support. I have no doubt that we probably had very different realities in Pakistan in terms of personal histories. But in Canada, we were bound to each other by ethnicity, language, and most importantly, immigrant women's experience. The exception was that she was also going through additional personal trauma perpetrated by violence in the home, lack of access to services due to language difficulties, and an inability to navigate Canadian society. I, on the other hand, could access services because I spoke English well, had spousal support, and had the ability to navigate society in times of need. That day began my journey into social activism. Subsequently, I've spent over 20 years advocating for immigrant and refugee rights. I've done this by working with immigrant and racialized women subjected to violence, organizing immigrants on issues of access to professions and trades, developing anti-racism, anti-hate resources for youth, building partnerships with ethno-racial community groups for joint social planning, delivering anti-racism workshops, writing research papers, teaching people like yourself, and making policy submissions to governmental standing committees on various issues facing immigrant and refugee communities. That one experience over 20 years ago launched my long but enormously enriching life in Canada that has landed me today at the City of Toronto as the Director of Equity, Diversity and Human Rights, but much more importantly, has led me to stand here in front of you, being honored for doing the work that was as much about me as it is about all of us. Along the way, I had my challenges. I stayed home effectively for almost 10 years because soon I had 2 children, as if one wasn't enough. I never got the time to finish my PhD. I never secured gainful employment because I did not have subsidized childcare, and my qualifications were not easily translatable into Canadian experience. I did part-time contract work, a research project here, a special event there, volunteer work in various social service organizations, loaning my writing skills for project development, funding applications for community groups, etc., etc. But you know what I gained during those years? Was a new sense of identity, community, home, history, and cultural reality. I discovered, for example, that women from a variety of different backgrounds, racially, culturally, linguistically, did share a common cause. I was humbled to learn about the reality of Aboriginal communities in Canada and forced to question how I could be part of that struggle. From my involvement in the social service sector, I became aware that my cultural reality was not limited to being a Pakistani, but rather that it was expanded in Canada, since I shared a political, social, historical, linguistic, and cultural affinity with a large South Asian diaspora. So while I lost a singular notion of community, I gained a collective sense of shared identity. I also realized that as an immigrant, I'm tied by experience to people from Asia, Africa, Latin America, Europe, who now call Canada a home. Due to my work in the social service sector, I also realized that access and equity work necessarily requires striving to change society, to remove barriers to participation, not just those faced by me, but by everyone, be they on the basis of race, socioeconomic status, ability, immigration status, age, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, and many other systemic markers of marginality and vulnerability. I recognize that while I may be an immigrant, my Canadian-born children have changed my sense of my own personal identity. I went from being a Pakistani Canadian to becoming a Canadian of Pakistani origin. But most importantly, I learned that in that process of becoming, I had no choice but to build an equitable and just society because my rights are inextricably linked to other people's struggles. And in moments of doubt, I always remember what my father once said to me, that it is a sin to hurt someone, but it is a far greater sin to watch someone get hurt and do nothing about it. You too have a similar story. You too have faced and overcome all kinds of challenges. You too are being honored today for courageously charting your own path that has brought you to this day of recognition and celebration. You too have faced isolation, loneliness, but triumphed through resilience and persistence. You too have fought barriers along the way, forged relationships and solidarity, and thus changed your environment forever. You deserve to be applauded, feted, and celebrated. But this is also the day to look to the future. We will always remain connected to each other, you and I, as honored graduates of the School of Social and Community Services and the School of Deaf and Deafblind Studies, and as members of the George Brown College alumni. The fact that both you and I have arrived here today from very different paths, but with a shared sense of purpose and a commitment to social justice is to me the possibility of tomorrow. As Humphrey Bogart once said, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Thank you.
Thank you, Uzma. I would now like to ask President Ann Sato to come to the podium to say a few words about this year's recipient of an honorary diploma in community work.
Thank you, Ms. Shakir. That was moving and inspirational. It's an encouraging address, but I'm also would like to thank you for your tireless efforts in the areas of equity, diversity, and human rights. Through your advocacy and activism, you've made a significant impact on the lives of many newcomers to Canada. Your passionate determination to build a more equitable city and to improve the social, cultural, and economic well-being of all Torontonians has inspired us to present you with an honorary diploma in community worker. You are an outstanding support for our students, a valued partner in the community worker program, and a fantastic role model for anyone who dreams of making a difference in their community. It is with great pleasure that I congratulate you on joining our long legacy of distinguished George Brown graduates. I'd now like to call on our Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton, Dean Corey Ross, and Uzma Shakir to come forward for the presentation of the honorary diploma. I am honored to confer an honorary diploma in community worker program on Uzma Shakir.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the part of today's ceremony in which we recognize outstanding scholastic achievements by our graduates. At this time, we would like to recognize the recipient of the Governor General's Academic Medal. First awarded in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, the Governor General's Academic Medal is one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student in a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. The Collegiate Bronze Medal from the Governor-General of Canada is awarded to the student in a 2- or 3-year program with the highest cumulative grade point average. This year's recipient of the Governor-General's Academic Medal is Quinn Kauhu, who will be graduating from the Office Administration Medical Program in the School of Health Services Management in the Centre for Health Sciences. Quinn will receive this award at her convocation ceremony on Tuesday, June 10th. We would also like to recognize the recipient of the Board of Governors Medal. The Board of Governors Medal was established in 2007 when the first degree programs graduated from George Brown College. The medal is awarded to a full-time student in a degree program of at least 4 years in duration and is awarded for academic excellence to the student with the highest cumulative grade point average. This year's recipient of the Board of Governor Medal is Larry Lamb, who is graduating from the Bachelor of Applied Business Financial Services program in the School of Accounting and Finance in the Center of Business. Larry will receive this award at his convocation ceremony on Wednesday, June 11th. This afternoon, we are proud to honor 2 graduates from the Center for Community Services and Early Childhood with the Dean's Award to recognize both their high academic achievement over all semesters with the Center and their contributions to the college community. I would like to call on Dean Corey Ross to come forward to present the awards from the Center for Community Services and Early Childhood. The first recipient of the Dean's Award for the Center for Community Services and Early Childhood is Megan Barrett. Megan is a graduate of the Intervenor for Deaf-Blind Persons program in the School of Deaf and Deaf-Blind Studies. Megan, please come forward to accept your award. The second recipient of the Dean's Award for the Center for Community Services and Early Childhood is Nicole Chavinsky. Nicole is a graduate of the Social Service Worker program in the School of Social and Community Services. Nicole, please come forward to accept your award. It is now my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for this afternoon. Sarah Marie Y. is graduating from the Behavioral Science Technology program in the School of Social and Community Services. Sarah, will you please address the graduating class of 2014?
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, members of the Platform Party, George Brown faculty and staff, parents, family and friends, and of course, our guests of honor, fellow graduates, good afternoon. It is my utmost privilege to stand before you today, representing the George Brown Schools of Social and Community Services, Deaf and Deaf-Blind Studies graduates of the year 2014. Congratulations, grads. You are the future behavior and instruction therapists, CYWs, interpreters, social service workers, and so many more professionals from the George Brown Schools of Social and Community Services, Deaf and Deaf-Blind Studies. And we are so blessed to be here today with our family, our friends, and each other to celebrate our successes, achievements, and exciting future endeavors. College was definitely a time of firsts. For some of you, maybe it was the first time leaving your home and your family and your friends. Others may be creating a fresh new start with a new life direction. We leave the familiar behind, not forgetting what is left, but being open to new experiences, creating wonderful new memories to cherish. Those experiences have helped you expand your world and make memories to comfort you, fill you with laughter, as well as fill you with pride for your achievements and successes, hard work throughout your future life's journey. Most importantly, however, I would say that the college experience is a privilege, an opportunity for learning, self-discovery, and growth. I stand here before you in my 28th year of life, graduating for a diploma for something that I'm deeply passionate about, as I'm sure many of you can relate. I stand here even though there were many times in my life I was told that I could not or would never overcome the barriers I faced given the direction my life was headed. I was told that I would never accomplish or amount to anything meaningful in life. For a long time, I believed and accepted these messages as my reality. Finally, I decided to make a choice. I chose not to listen to these messages, but to the messages that mattered. The messages from my family and my friends and the supportive, unconditional fan club members of my life whom I've come to look at as family. That's a certain thing about life. As my parents have consistently told me, and I'm finally learning, no matter who we are, where we're from, or where our journey in life might take us, we will always be presented with choices. And that journey we're on depends on the choices that we ourselves make. Unfortunately, the choices we are presented with are not always as clear or as easy as we'd like them to be. And choices can also be in how we react to our options. Graduates, never surrender to that cannot. It is in your control to do what you are passionate about and what feels is right for you. As we sit here today, proudly graduating, we are faced with a choice. We can choose to look at this as a frightening time, a time of change and unknown, or as a precious gift, a fresh start, entering a novel world of excitement and opportunity. When I was 3 years old, my mother found me sitting at the bottom of the stairs crying. When she asked me what was wrong, through my giant whale tears, I asked her, "Why are we in life?" And as you can imagine, my mom was stunned to see such a little girl ask such a big question. And that's not a question she nor anyone could answer. Over the years, I've pondered this question and come to realize that only I hold the answer. An answer that only I can find by looking deep within myself and understanding what it is in life I truly aspire. As a great poet, Samuel Johnson, put it, "Our aspirations are our opportunities. Great works are performed not by strength, but by perseverance. And of the blessings set before you, make your choice to be content. But when making that choice in life, do not forget to live." Graduates, now is your opportunity to choose. Take this transition as the magnificent gift that it is. Choose not to accept the doubt or the fear, because opportunity is there. Make that choice to move towards your life's goals and aspirations and truly live. If opportunity doesn't knock at the first door that you expect, as the talented comedic actor Milton Berle so wisely said, build your own door. Dare to act towards the opportunities that will bring you to your life's purpose. As graduates moving on to new directions in life, I truly believe that we all have a unique and important purpose to the question, why are you in life? So my wish for you today is to stay in touch with that child within you who is your true self. Hold on to your strong desire to be all that you can become. Ask yourself what your purpose is and strive towards that purpose fully with all your heart and make it great. Your life's purpose is waiting. Helen Keller said, "Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all." Graduates of the year 2014, I dare you to live your life as a great adventure. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. We have now reached the formal part of our ceremony where we award the credentials, the diplomas and certificates, and these become official documents of the college. I invite Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton to come forward. Will the candidates please stand? It's you guys, come on up. Madam Chancellor, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates assembled here today have qualified in all respects for their credentials by successfully completing curricula offered by the Center for Community Services and Early Childhood at George Brown College. Faculty members have recommended that they be awarded their credentials in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of George Brown College, I do hereby confer on you your respective diplomas and certificates with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Madam Chancellor, on behalf of the candidates not present, I request that you confer their credentials in absentia.
I so do.
Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, during the next part of the ceremony, we will be presenting candidates individually to Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton and President Ann Sato. To show our respect for each candidate, we ask that you remain in your seats until the last candidate has received her or his credential. We also ask that you withhold your applause until all of the candidates from each program have been presented. Candidates, as you make your way across the stage, please follow the printed footsteps on the floor. You see them right there? Upon receiving your credential, we ask that you return to your seats and enjoy the rest of the convocation. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I wish to present the candidates from the Center for Community Services and Early Childhood so that you may confer their credentials. I will ask our announcer to come to the podium now, Caitlin Driscoll, who is a graduate of our George Brown Theatre School.
Madam Chancellor and Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Center for Community Services and Early Childhood, School of Deaf and Deafblind Studies, Intervenor for Deafblind Persons Program. Tasha Rochelle Monique Archer. Rebecca Avidan. Rebecca Avidan. Megan Elizabeth Barrett, with honors, Dean's Medal, Dean's Award. Stephanie Calantoni. Lydia Consiglio, with honors. Dana Marie Drouillard, with honors. Brianna Leanne King. Tanya Kuyumdijan, with honors. Yannicka Natola Mullings. Nicole Ramsey. Adrienne Sunga. Lisa Marie Thompson. Christina Ka Yi Tsang. Carly Alexandra Ewens. Jocelyn Grace Van Helden. Sergei Vitkovsky. Rachel Ann Benning. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the American Sign Language English Interpreter Program. Cynthia Dale Carruthers. Nicholas George Robert Chilton. Ashley Gail Marie Claremont. Rachel Houter with honors. Melissa Jane Marshall Laister with honors. Danielle Nicole Letty with honors. Kaylee Elizabeth Ann Marshall with honors. Stacy Ann Neal. Jamie Stephen O'Connell. Christy Marie O'Donnell. Samantha Claire Perry with honors Dean's Medal. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the American Sign Language and Deaf Studies program. Virginia Angle with honors. Lisa Marion Armstrong. Lauren Victoria Marcy Baker with honors. Elizabeth Dorothy Granger with honors. Kanaya Jackman. Eiley Kachkowski, Ford. Alicia McDonnell. Brooke Puckrin. Lisa Alina Vantoff. Francis Achempong with honors. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the School of Social and Community Services Community Worker Program. Nisreen Al-Khatib. Jasmine Ali. Mariam Jamil Awate. Jillian Baker. George Michael Bennett. Andre Anthony Brown with honors. Afi Brown with honors. Sean Bullock with honors. Pierre Moise Chiresto. Tabitha Megan Coping with honors. Rosetta Elizabeth Cunningham. Aisling Neve Darcy with honors. Devesh Nikhil Datta Chowdhury with honors. Sheldon David. Angel Luis de los Santos Vargas. Noelia Delgado with honors. Dwayne Duke. Darcy Farrell. Mireya Ferrero with honors. Sean James Forrest. Chen Ming Jose Fung. Kevin Aruda Furtado. Robert Fraser Gay. Elizabeth Mary Gibson with honors. Yasmin Gonzalez. Lisa Gregg. Jose Gutierrez. Yumin Guak with honors. Arlene Ava Handy with honors. Weslyn Henville. Shirley Ann Hutchison. Mariam Jafarov. Joanne James with honors. Rebecca Jennings with honors. Myrna Jones. Alandra Erica Joseph Isaac. Delena Samantha Hostin. Anwar Ul Kabir. Priscilla Wambui Kinuthia. Alex Richard Kozlowski. Hannah Lee with honors. Onyechukwu Madoeki. Lily Bridget Mamid. Zinnia Manzano Manipon. Michaelia Linton. Keisha McFarlane with honors. Raul Anton McKend. Sandy McLeod with honors. Samale Ali Mohammed Ahmed. Alberto Munoz with honors. Nolan Heath Murray with honors. Jennifer Nanas. Deborah Christine Newell with honors. Nicoletta Perusis with honors. Sarah Catherine Pickford. Rami Estevaliz Pizarro with honors. Harry Ramroop. Zaharu Nadia Rezubeji with honors. David Lawrence Smith with honors. Ebony Stewart. Loretta Alessia Sullivan. Oliver Albertne Toth. Paul Julius Trinidad. Ava Faye Turnbull. Yenny M. Vidal. Yasmin Walji with honors. Jing Tao Wang with honors, Dean's Medal. Anthony White. Keisha Williams. Shandine Lausanne Williams. Shan Wilson. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Child and Youth Worker Program. Amira Abdullah. Kimberly Ali. Jessica Cindy Andrade with honors. Melissa Armstrong with honors. Onesha C. Azonwana. Haja Fatmata Bangura. Ana Paula Barahona with honors. Jessica Dawn Belanger with honors. Joey William Blake with honors. Stephanie Ann Brinkert with honors. Brooke Kai Linda Brimfield Liu with honors. Vanetta Brooks with honors. Andre Brown. Camilla Erica Burke. Rebecca Joan Conter with honors. Lizette Mangui Chi. Vanessa Amanda Condello with honors. Catherine Joan Boyd Davis with honors. Emily Delbecchi with honors, Dean's Medal. Kelly Directo. Melanie Rose Barbara Dury with honors. Tanisha Edwards. Sarah Frances Patricia Fairman with honors. Michael Farron. Charisse Shandine Fisher. Ashante LaQuisha Foreman. Alicia Monique Francis with honors. Kelly Ann Gallego McCarty. Sarah Gates with honors. Marissa Ronique Gould. Robin Caitlin Andrea Grant with honors. Shanice C. Hendricks with honors. Tamara Henningham with honors. Brittany Viola Hussein. Brittany Catherine Humphrey Watson. Laura Ibsen with honors. Felicia Ilevbare. Felicia Nicole Johnston with honors. Shay Lynn Margaret Kangro with honors. Melissa Cronin with honors. Darlene Elizabeth Kyle with honors. Andrew Thomas Lawson. Caitlin Ann LeClaire with honors. Cynthia Nicole Luquez. Keisha Gay Carrion Mamdeen. Sabrina Mara with honors. Shanae Lee McBean. Deshawn Chandre McFarland with honors. Isaac Kwesi Mensah. Jaina Mistry. Teba Abdullah Mohammed with honors. Alicia Morris with honors. Katarina Bridget Muir. Megan Caroline Anita Nagel. Melanie Nayer. Wanchat Nyamdamrong, with honors. Adaobi Benedicta Orji. Josie Melissa Oster, with honors. Mercedes Diane Panos, with honors. Shaibeen Punja, with honors. Dina Marie Rajab, with honors. Michelle Ashley Schillerer, with honors. Prasant Siva. Jennifer Elizabeth Smith, with honors. Naila Somji. Kate Marie Stanley. Zaid Colin Stroud. Sean James Sweeney. Mathusha Tevaraja, with honors. Christopher Clark Tone, with honors. Crystal Lynn Twist. Vanessa Leonore Veloz. Samantha Kendall Lee White. Cassie Ray Wiki, with honors. Chanel Wright, with honors. Crystal Yamasaki. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Career and Work Counselor Program. Andrew St. Patrick Boscombe, with honors. Aliyah Benjamin, with honors. Selena Benjamin, with honors. Isaac Boahen. Suzette Anne-Marie Berge. Christine Andrea Callender, with honors. Wendeline Carballo Vasquez, with honors. Jacqueline Cardinal, with honors. Azure D. Cyrus, with honors. Mary Lou De La Cruz, with honors. Tanisha Nicole Henry. Simon Ng, with honors. Ellie Kiani, with honors. Christopher Magos, with honors. Jeffrey Miranda, with honors. Diana Mong, with honors. Joanna Plajuk, with honors, Dean's Medal. Medhat Sederose with honors. Serena Sohal with honors. Aniko Vanessa Zaha with honors. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Behavioral Science Technology Program. Michelle Beatty with honors. Marley Aliyah Bell Blake with honors. Shavana Takesha Bennett. Yolanda Nelsia Charles with honors. Celine Chung with honors. Kathy Nguyen Dang with honors. Megan Ernst. Celia Francine Figueredo with honors. Sharna Kay and Kanique Hall. Amy Margaret Hum with honors, Dean's Medal. Anastasia Klimova with honors. Samantha Lee McDonald. Melissa Marie McConnell. Zara Jane Sofavan. Christine C. Meryl Ortega Villar. Sarah Marie Y. with honors.
You did it, Sarah!
Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Social Service Worker Program. Hamdia Abdurrahman with honors. Plagia Adip. Durga Ariel. Stephanie Agius with honors. Noreen Ahmed. Aliyah Nadera Ali. Maria Elena Alessandri with honors. Trudy Ann Aline with honors. Lavina Anand. Chelsea Lauren Andrade with honors. Shannon Lee Appleton with honors. Angelika Bachieva with honors. Stephanie Althea Barker. H.M. Sarwar Alam with honors. Pauline Bayangos. Evan Anim Bempong. Mamouk Berhe. Muhammad Azam with honors. Kimani Brown. Ariel Rebecca Simone Huyem with honors. Amanda Reina Camacho. Ola Cheka with honors. Philip Robert Chuck. Kimberly Coleman Bryan with honors. Stephanie Ann Elizabeth Comport with honors. Maria do Carmo Faria. Nicole Cherwinski with honors, Dean's Medal, Dean's Award. Catherine Zerwonka. Paula Jennifer Da Costa. Channel Hope Davis Dixon with honors. Sabrina Inocente de Arujo with honors. Khadija Simone Denis. Lizanne Marie de Souza with honors. Searing Doma. Vanessa Dominguez with honors. Michael Christopher Dominiak. O'Shane Jordan Eccleston. Christopher Encarnaso with honors. Daniel Enright with honors. Galia Eshete. Fritz Pierre Fils M. Reyes. Jaswant Kaur Flora. Linda Frater with honors. Rebecca Pauline. Melody Christine Feliz. Darlene Andrea Gahiti. Mekdes Solomon Gebre. Jency Reginta Gerard with honors. Hannah Blair Gilbert with honors. Zachary Ian Gilbert with honors. Emma Louise Gilmore with honors. Jeff William Gussinger with honors. Kaylee Goldman with honors. Grace Francis Good with honors. Sashni Gordon with honors. Chartel Grant McKenzie. Maria Guastella. Jennifer Lee Haynes with honors. Rachel Diana Harris with honors. Seth Michael Hennessy with honors. Netsai Homera with honors. Huda Hussein with honors. Muhammad Kalim Ishaq with honors. Saviljan Asanova Ivanova. William Jin with honors. Elizabeth Bonita Johnson. Janet Jennifer Jones. Irina Kalakelu with honors. Angelica Castillo Chavarro with honors. Tanike Louisa Knowles Granger with honors. Sean Kua. Abinaya Kulaintrin. Premal Lakshman with honors. Sarah Leonce with honors. Shannon Leslie. Claire Georgia Lewis with honors. Kenneth Lynn with honors. Larry Gordon McLean with honors. Regine Villar Majinda. Sean Nicholas March with honors. Melanie Marie Elise Macia with honors. Janine Maya. Christine Dawn McConnell with honors. Deborah Sherma Lena McKee. Laura McLean with honors Dean's Medal. Charnel Lise Mendez. Sarah Elizabeth Merlos with honors. Geraldine Beatrice Middle. Kaylee Misquadis. Tasita Murthy. Jennifer Lynn Morris. Kelsey Murray with honors. Zonia Nadim. Mariam Najem with honors. Martha Navarro with honors. Ulubunkonola Udubonona. Fanilade Doris Oladejo. Christina Osores Carrera with honors. Augusta Odian Asunde. Gabrielle Sarah Pascoe with honors. Fabien André Paul. Anand Permal with honors. Maria Piazza. Diana Portokalidis. Aliyah Pota with honors. Chantal Nadita Prashad with honors. Justine Ann Ray with honors. Rajni Rajiv with honors. Jennifer Jane Raboja. Francisco Thomas Ribas Bordas with honors. Dexter Alexander Roberts with honors. Rifat Saif with honors. Vanessa Salazar. Novelette Samuels with honors. Karina Leticia Santos. Mitra Chloe Sarshar with honors. Sergius Samue Afunyu with honors. Shran Shanjit. Ina Shehu. Siring Yankee Shrestha. Clement Shum. Barbara Prestana Silva. Mauricia Renita Smith. Lauren Ashley Swain with honors. Jessica Lynn Tabak. Alan Thail George with honors. Shanique Thompson. Lindsay Liez Tai with honors. Catherine Tingen. Caitlin Elizabeth Turkowitz with honors. Eric Vayman. With honors. Duncan Waugh with honors. Ave Shavon Williams. Caitlin Williamson. Valentina Yukahana with honors. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting to you the 2014 graduates for their credentials from the Autism and Behavioral Science program. Neha Bansal. Sujan Ranjan Borugada. Rebecca Ann Burrows with honors. Shannon Marie Catani with honors. Carmen Kaman Chu with honors Dean's Medal. Sujita Lourdes Dominique with honors. Magdalene Maria Daidula with honors. Ashley Blair Formosa with honors. Erica Patricia Gonzalez Villacorta with honors. Donna Graver with honors. Jennifer Haynes. Madeline Mackenzie Heaslip with honors. Courtney Alicia Jessup with honors. Lisa Angelina Kalowan with honors. Veena Kumari Krishna Murthy. Kiara Mabruko with honors. Diana Julia Neem with honors. Anastasia Papicheva with honors. Brittany Alexandra Pike. Mahar Saeed with honors. Megan Sace with honors. Arjana Sivayogesuran with honors. Tara Wong with honors. Heather Ann Wood with honors. Maria Zavala Salado. Thank you, Madam Chancellor and Madam President.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the conferring of credentials. Please join me in congratulating our graduates. I now invite President Ann Sato to address the graduating class. Madam President.
Okay, graduates, just a few more minutes. The last time you have to pay attention to us. Good afternoon, class of 2014. I'm honored to join your families and friends in congratulating you on your graduation from George Brown College. This is a milestone I hope you'll remember with pride for the rest of your life. Take a minute now to savor the experience, because before you know it, you'll be busy working towards your next goal. That advice goes double for the parents in the audience, and I speak from experience. This time last year, I was sitting in an auditorium much like this one, watching my younger son cross the stage at his convocation. He was home with us for just one night before heading to Calgary for a new job. 1 minute we were celebrating together, the next he was on a new path. Blink and you'd miss it. Class of 2014, I imagine that when you enrolled at George Brown, Convocation seemed like a distant dream. Since then, you've surpassed many milestones. Your first day of class, your last exam, that aha moment when you mastered a new skill. Life is an endless stream of experiences and opportunities rushing by at top speed. You can't slow it down, but you can choose to see the potential in each moment. Celebrate your victories, both large and small. Rise to every challenge and make every minute count. Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield offered some advice on this subject during his 2013 mission to the International Space Station. He said, "Decide in your heart of hearts what really excites and challenges you, and start moving your life in that direction. Every decision you make, from what you eat to what you do with your time tonight, turns you into who you are tomorrow and the day after that." When I look back at my own career, I'm struck by how decisions that seemed inconsequential at the time have had a ripple effect. Things like introducing myself to someone new or volunteering a few hours of my time. As you prepare to begin your next journey, I'd like to share a few strategies that helped me in my career. In fact, I'll share just a few stories from George Brown graduates who have found success in their fields. I hope these strategies might also help you, and I hope I can tell your stories in a few years from now. First and foremost, keep building your networks. Take advantage of the relationships you've established with staff and faculty at George Brown, and ask them for advice or introductions. Keep in touch with your classmates and support each other as you explore your new field. Surround yourself with enthusiastic supporters who know what you're interested in and what you're good at. And as Ms. Shakir said, as fellow graduates, you will always remain connected to each other. You never know what doors these contacts may open up. Fashion techniques and design graduate João Paulo Guedes landed a job at Canada Goose thanks to a tip from a former instructor. He also kept in touch with a designer he met during his field placement in Delhi, and now they're collaborating on designs they hope to sell in Canada and India. Second, don't be afraid to take a risk or try something new. These efforts won't always be successful, but as long as you learn something, you will be successful. Alvin Vigila, a graduate of our Culinary Arts Italian program, recently took a big risk by competing on the TV show Chopped Canada, and it paid off. He came in first place, taking home a cash prize and making a name for himself as an up-and-coming chef. And finally, and you've already heard this advice, never stop learning. I sincerely believe that education leads to opportunity. In the future, you may wish to pursue a new credential or update your professional knowledge through continuing education. Lifelong learning will help you keep your skills sharp and your brain engaged. Our doors are always open to you at George Brown. In fact, many graduates continue their relationship with the college throughout their lives, both as lifelong learners and as industry partners. In the future, you might consider joining a program advisory committee, hosting a student for a field placement, hiring a graduate, or supporting the George Brown College Foundation. In the meantime, I encourage you to take advantage of the support services available to you as a George Brown alumnus. Make sure you update your contact information at our Alumni Relations Office so you can access all of our services. Class of 2014, today you join a long legacy of distinguished George Brown alumni. They are key business leaders, beloved community workers and nurses, top chefs, renowned performers, crucial city builders, and the list goes on. Just like those that came before you, you are a class of innovators and problem solvers, entrepreneurs and future leaders. This auditorium is bursting with skilled graduates ready to embark on rewarding new careers well equipped with the knowledge obtained at George Brown. Today, we formally recognize your passage from student to graduate, using age-old symbols that connect academia's past with its present. This year, we've added a traditional element to Convocation with the introduction of our ceremonial mace, which Chancellor Sally Horsfall-Eaton mentioned earlier. Its introduction has a strong historical significance for the college, recognizing our transformation and growth over the years. You will always be the first graduating class where the mace was part of our ceremony. And our mace is particularly special, as our Chancellor noted, because it was designed and developed by a team of George Brown faculty, staff, students, and alumni. The design incorporates many aspects of the college's identity and our values. For example, the rings of Ontario medals represent a sense of industry and the applied nature of our programs. Inscribed words include values like passion, integrity, and leadership. I'd like to thank Chancellor Eaton and her husband John Craig Eaton for this wonderful gift to the college. I'd also like to thank all of the parents, families, partners, and friends in the audience for supporting our graduates as they pursued their passions at George Brown. They couldn't have done it without you, and I hope your support will be returned in kind when you need it. But most of all, I'd like to congratulate each member of the class of 2014 on this tremendous achievement. You saw the opportunity for learning at George Brown, and you refused to let that opportunity pass you by. You put in long hours, both inside and outside the classroom, working tirelessly to achieve your goal. Today, that persistence pays off. By completing your college education, you've laid an important foundation for your career success. This moment isn't ending, but there are many exciting beginnings ahead. New jobs, new opportunities, new challenges. George Brown was once unfamiliar to you, but you have succeeded here, just as you will succeed elsewhere on your career path. You have the knowledge, you have the skills, and now you have the credential. What happens next is up to you, but I hope you'll seize every moment and make the most of it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Madam President. All right, we really are in the home stretch. Just a couple of thank yous. Graduates, this is your opportunity to say thank you to the parent, child, brother, sister, partner, spouse, or friend who helped make this possible for you. They share in your achievement. Please join me in recognizing them now. Graduates, I also invite you to join me in expressing your thanks to your faculty and staff. Deborah Ifredi, Associate Registrar, and the team from the Registrar's Office for organizing this convocation. I'd also like to thank Joanne Anderson, who provided the real-time captioning for this ceremony, as well as Monique Ledrew and Tara Everett, our interpreters today, and our announcer, Caitlin Driscoll. Special thanks also goes to the staff and students from various college departments who volunteered their services today. I would also like to thank our piper, Aidan Bowen, musicians from Lamb Chop Music, and Thunder Jack, who provided the honor song. Graduates and guests. Graduates and guests, we hope you will join us downstairs here in the Sony Center following the ceremony. We ask that you remain in the auditorium until the platform party has left the stage. I now declare these graduation exercises closed.